Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever and whenever you're tuning into this. And I wanted to jump on this brief live today to tell you a secret that the most successful people in the world live by. They live not just by this secret, but they live in this secret. They live with this idea, they embody this idea. Part of the reason why I'm sharing this is because I am in my fourth year now of my coaching business. I started it October 2018, and I've been going back and looking at old videos and old posts. And at one point, I did a video talking about this very idea, and I wanted to share this with you because I think it's so important, so important. Whatever you define as success, right? I know that for me, I define success as steady progress toward a worthy goal. Maybe you're saying, wow, I think I've heard that before, Steve. Yeah, I stole it from Earl Nightingale. We're all standing on the shoulders of giants. So, whatever it is that you define as success, and I don't mean to say it's money or material items or status or position or any of those things. It could be for you, it could be something completely different. However, the most important idea, in my opinion, is the belief that you can have it. The belief that you can have it. So, if even if you're all about action, but there's still something inside of you that is pushing against that, then you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. If it's one of those things where you you're forcing yourself with willpower, then you're not going to get it. There was this concept, Alan Watts called it the law of reverse effort. He also called it the backwards law. And when I first came upon that backwards law. Hey there, Ricardo. Good to see you here. When I first came upon that idea of the backwards law or the law of reversed effort, I dug up this quotation. And this quotation, I want to give this to you because I think that this is so powerful. Let me put it in this mode. When the imagination and willpower are in conflict, are antagonistic, it is always the imagination which wins without any exception. This is from Emile Coué. I didn't properly put the little at the end of the little accent at the end of his name. Emile Coué was a self-taught psychologist who learned really a lot about, you could call it law of attraction, you could call it subconscious programming. And this was a key idea here that if we force ourselves, so a perfect example would be that if I had a, let's say, structurally perfect ladder or bridge. I had a bridge between two of the tallest buildings in your town. And it was structurally perfect, very narrow though, but still structurally perfect. If I took that bridge and I just laid it on the ground and I asked you to walk across it, you'd be like, oh yeah, no problem. Boop, 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 walk right across it. Then I take that bridge and I put it back up at the top of the building and I ask you, hey, walk across it. Oh no, you're not going to be able to. Well, what's different? It's because of your imagination. You're imagining yourself falling. That's the key here. The imagination has to be in you achieving the goal. So, whatever it is that you call success, if you can imagine yourself having it, then you're really halfway there. The rest of it is just the tactical step by step actions. So, when I first started my business, when I first started being a coach, I first had to believe that I was a coach. I first had to imagine myself sitting in calls with clients, selling coaching to clients, making presentations in front of audiences, going on LinkedIn Live, going on Facebook Live, doing all of those things. This is a very fancy way. This quote from Emile Coué is a very fancy way of saying what you probably already know. If you think you can, you probably already know the rest of this quote, or you think you can't, you're probably right. Famous Henry Ford quote. So when I said at the beginning of this live, I wanted to tell you the secret that the most successful people in the world have. That is one of the biggest secrets that the most successful people in the world have. So if you can't imagine yourself achieving whatever it is, then there's the block. That's the block. So get clear. I was going to say get clean, get clear on you achieving that goal, whatever it might be. If you're a visual learner, then maybe it's going to be more visual. If you're a person who likes to write things out, maybe it's you writing it all out and letting yourself feel into that, like wow, I get really excited about it. That actually brings up another author named Neville Goddard, Feeling is the Secret. But I'm already at 5 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'm going to shut the heck up. I want you to embody that quote. I know for me, that was one of the toughest things because I was having an identity change. I was going from being an engineering manager, to then being a coach and a trainer and a speaker. That was really tough for me. So first thing I had to do was let my imagination take me into that place. I had to see myself being that. Hope this is useful for you. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see this later, say replay. And I would love to know that you watch this. Thank you all. Take care.